So I think their lineup's a little easier to execute. I'm definitely giving the edge to them this game, but I think Scarsdale didn't draft themselves into a timer this time. If they're down at 20 minutes or they're down at 15 minutes, the game isn't looking super uphill. There's still a chance for them. So I like their little shift up in draft style here. I think it's probably going to work out better for them than the last game did. And hopefully we'll have a little more competitive game. Shout out to Conkle.
Yeah, Connor is one of the admins and also a player of USS, which shout out to them. Just lost to, I believe they pronounce it Cupertino or something like that today in their earlier semifinal match. So yeah, definitely shout out to Conklin, who was knocked out of the tournament and will probably be looking to poach a couple of players off of the teams that are doing well here in the HSL.
How else would you pronounce Cupertino? I'm curious.
Well, it's spelled C-U-P Ertino, so I'm pretty sure most people would call it Cupertino.
It's also like a very known city being the headquarters of Apple.
I'll pretend that I knew that.
Oh, you. Yeah, what is it? One Infinite Loop Cupertino is the address for Apple's headquarters.
I know, yeah.
They built their own street. Yeah.
I had the pleasure of being at Microsoft headquarters.
That sounds cool. Where's that at?
Cool. That's in Seattle.
Santa Ana. Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't go.
You didn't
I didn't go to Valve either.
I was actually staying in Bellevue when I was at TI the past year.
Did you go hang out with the players?
Nope.
Because they were all posted up in Bellevue this year.
Yeah, I know.
Which was dumb. The Westin was so nice where it was. It was only like 5 minutes from the arena.
Yep. Well, let's get into this match. This is not even close to a TI, unfortunately, but it's definitely a lot of fun for our teams, for Scarsdale and Princeton, as Princeton currently has the one-game advantage here in the best-of-3 semifinals of the High School Star League Winter Playoff. All these teams already have an automatic berth into the summer playoffs, but they are currently playing for some bragging rights as well as some graphic design work for the team. The winner will actually get a graphic designer to make a logo pack and a couple of other things for their team, which is pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering what Star League was putting into this for that. That's definitely a cool little way to do it. I'm surprised. I figured it'd be some sort of scholarship money or something. But
scholarship money in the summer.
Okay. Wow, we're going to see a rune fight here.
Yeah, lots of rune fight. And there's actually a very tanky Centaur right on top of it. Taking the rune. He's going to get the stomp off onto the Sand King, who has gone for the caustic finale first. Centaur taking a lot of damage from the Undying. Could it be enough? He needs a couple more hits, but actually the Sand King is going to be the first blood. One last decay does manage to kill off the Centaur. And ho-ho, ha-ha might be ho-ho dead, as the sniper just dies in the middle of the river there. Doesn't seem too happy about it. Another arrow comes through. Ogre Magi in trouble. Can Undying get the body block off? This Ogre's very, very tanky, but he's not going to be tanky enough as Zamrana finds another kill. She goes 1-0-2 to start out this game and is nearly level 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. They made a good play from Princeton there, setting up the Centaur in front so they couldn't really get good double decays. But then they chose to take the fight, getting a little greedy, trying to chase out the one hero. And it ended up with 3 of them dying. Really rough start here. Definitely the foot Scarsdale wanted to be on coming into this.
And
then the Void just...
Undying and Sand King putting a lot of pressure onto the Centaur at the top lane as well. Again, going with that dual lane combo that it seems like both teams are pretty adept at running. We'll see if PHS are able to fare a little bit better against that this game.
I think the interesting matchup is going to be in bottom because the Oracle can actually purge the Firefly stack or the Napalm stacks off, but can only do that once every 15 seconds. So if this Batrider picks his timings well and just starts going on people once he gets 2 or 3 stacks on him, he can pressure this lane out pretty well by himself. We saw Batrider just fall totally flat last game, and it can't happen again this game. Otherwise, they're going to be in a really awful spot. This Bat should be able to pressure this lane super hard. Like right now, I'd just be Fireflying and running at people.
That is definitely something that we have seen in a lot of pro games that we don't necessarily see with the Batriders in HSL. We've seen some pro Batriders go absolutely ham in the first couple of minutes of the game, and that's just not really something that we're seeing here. And it might have somewhat to do with the early game builds, and maybe just a little bit of the mindset as well.
Yeah, I think a huge part of it is like this mental block. A lot of non-pro players have this block of like, oh, if I just don't die on the offlaner, I'm winning the offlane, like I'm doing my job. But Batrider's strongest point is when he's level 2, and even if the other 2 people in lane against him are level 2, they really can't kill him without, at the very least, losing 1 hero. So he really should just be like flying at them with these fireflies instead of committing it to get a couple small jungle creeps. But it takes games, it takes time. This is why like Slardars and Sand Kings tend to do a little better in the slightly lower tier games for the offlaners, because they're a very binary, don't die, get your blink dagger, press your stun. But yeah, we'll see. The Sand King getting a lot of farm up here in this duel lane again, though. Like, the Sand King Undying duo is very hard for these teams to deal with.
Yeah, it's definitely seeming like it's very difficult to go against it, and Centaur's being, you know, rendered a little bit less useful here with the decay stacks coming through. When they do.
If I'm him, I almost want to grab an Iron Talon and then go Tranquil Boots and go jungle. Batrider did. He took the 1-for-1. So, I mean, that's okay. It's not great that the one you got was Oracle, but it's definitely some farm acceleration for you, which you needed to get. So, I don't hate those 1-for-1s at all. I don't think they're necessarily super great. They're not bad.
Oh, you know, you gotta love it when Sniper gets the last hit with Shrapnel in the mid lane. But at top, we're going to have a double Burrow Strike through onto a few. Centaur getting some nice control down. Ogre turns around for a second. These heroes are very low. Undying gets another decay off this. Rubik is so very low, trying to get away. Centaur is going to go down to the Sand King. Goes for the double edge, doesn't manage to find the kill. And another Burrow Strike. That's a double kill for this Sand King, who's doing quite a bit of work. Undying heals himself up a little bit there. These decay stacks are going to go out eventually, and the Ignite not going to be thrown out.
Yeah, what a razor's edge team fight there. That was so close on so many levels. The Undying popped the Mango to get a double decay there to that fight turn around entirely. That was actually really well played by them.
Still bottom lane, we've got 5 stacks of Napalm on the Freedom Fries. Batrider's not really going forward, and actually that Fortune Cent gets used onto the Bat. I mean, he wasn't using it to purge off the sticky Napalm stacks at all, so... It's interesting that the Oracle... I don't know if he actually knows that you can purge those off, honestly.
Yeah, mechanics stuff. It gets a lot easier to figure out next patch. That is in trouble. Okay,
no, he's fine. He's got a Firefly, right? You just Firefly out to get away instead of getting aggressive with it. One lane, correct? Oh, Marana goes forward against the Sniper. He's actually going to use Assassinate onto her, but she's not taking enough damage here. Throws out the arrow, and Marana... Oh, not going to happen. Just goes down to the tower there.
At least. Well, she spent her gold out before she lost it. So definitely a little heads-up play there when she didn't drop the aggro quite in time to not die to the tower.
I kind of want to talk about something that seems interesting to me about the 7 patch. When you click on a unit, or I want to say it's any unit, but most particularly the enemies, it doesn't show you the little health bar and mana at the bottom of the screen anymore like it were your hero. It actually has a pop-up on the side of the screen now, so it's a lot easier to keep track of enemy mana and things like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to click on them though. I mean, Han had it so it showed the mana pools below them 24/7. It really should be that way. I petitioned for that a number of times, and I think it's still asinine that we don't have that feature in the game. But I
think it looks a lot better with the pop-up now. I think it like adds that little element of skill still, and then...
No, but that's the thing. It's artificial skill. It's not skill. It's an extra barrier to entry that just doesn't need to be there. Pro players are all going to do it inherently anyway, and it's a totally awful thing because all it does is reduce your effective decision-making. It shouldn't take you longer to figure out if they have mana. You should be able to make a quick heads-up play by what you see on screen.
Well, I think that this new change definitely does help you a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm curious to see how this all goes. I haven't gotten through the full entirety of the patch notes yet, but I don't know. It's gonna be a game changer, that's for sure.
Well, that's basically the definition of the patch. It changes the game. Oh, Chronosphere on the bottom lane. That should be a kill on the Batrider. I don't see him getting out of this one anytime soon. Oracle does take the kill away from the Void. It's a little bit of gold her way.
Yeah, I don't think either of them are going to mind. This Void is incredibly large.
Sniper also in some trouble on the mid lane. He just wants to stand and fight, puts down the trap though. Marana forced away from this one. Can they find the kill? She's going to try to bottle up. Rubik coming through here, and he's already used the assassinate right when Marana was right next to him. And okay, we've got an arrow coming through. Oh no, Rubik just absolutely caught out, but yep, there is some follow-up for it, and Rubik just sitting there, eventually not going down. That's what happens when... Star. Well, Oracle didn't have enough mana for the Fortune's End either, so he's going to heal up as well. Meanwhile,
Bottom thought he was dead, but one creep a little too close, eating the second arrow, or second Starfall. So Faceless Void's going the Shadow build, it looks like. Going to go a Lincoln Sphere. I hope this isn't a Vanguard Radiance. I mean, actually, it'd be kind of funny, but
that would
I
be
really
really
hope
funny.
it's not. But... So this carry Centaur not quite working out the way they want. He has died a couple times here. He's really behind the Void in pretty much every metric. Really not what they wanted to see out of their more aggressive attempt to cope with this Undying Sand King. And really the problem just lies in the fact that when you're decayed 2 or 3 times, it makes it very scary to double edge. Because it's flat damage off of your HP, so you just kind of kill yourself.
A lot of weebs would tell people to do that. Yeah, communities are really toxic sometimes. I like the internet. Nice stun onto the Undying at the top lane. He is fast enough to get away from here. And alright, Tombstone gets dropped down as well. Sand King looking for that burrow strike. He's getting possibly a little bit greedy with it. Only gets onto the Ogre Magi, who ends up using the ultimate there, but it doesn't allow the Ogre Magi to get away from there fast enough. And now Scarsdale, they're here with the Oracle as well. Another bit of damage from the Oracle, can find the kill, but Fondra's just going to go in with a couple of smacks there. And then Scarsdale, basically night and day performance from game number 1. They are 13-3 right now. And they're looking so much better in this game. And Void, I mean, their carry also looking a whole lot better here. He hasn't really been touched at all and has another Chronosphere up in a second.
Yeah, what I kind of alluded to at the end of game 1 there, ease of execution is a huge part of these drafts. And Undying is one of the easiest heroes to execute while having super, super high impact in the early game. I really think this hero may see a ban next game with how effective it's been. It really has just kind of won and lost games for teams already at this point. And I'm still trying to figure out if this SK build is mid-stud.
Oh, Rip Sniper. They'll drop everything for it, but it's probably worth it for the Sniper, as they can probably turn this into a tower push as well.
Yeah, I mean, everything essentially consists of a Chrono and some mana. It's not like they committed any other huge cooldowns, so easy, solid little play there from it. Why is the bottom dropping his rain drop?
That's probably the tiers. That's the tiers of the Sniper. On the ground.
Okay.
Well, yeah, she did have an item coming in on the courier. Yeah, she had her point booster coming through, so she knew that she didn't have enough.
I like this SK's build better than the getting a point in Sandstorm early kind of thing. This maxing Caustic first just makes you such a killing force.
Oh,
I was still trying to figure out.
Batrider looking for the last one to the Marana, not actually going to be able to find it. And the Tombstone gets dropped down. Now Sniper trying to take that one at range, but he's got a couple of Zambies trying to chase him down as well. Batrider in trouble, but he does get the Centaur here to help him out. Undying should take enough damage from the Assassinate, but there's a Soul Rip keeping him alive. Fonder, he's possibly... Nope, that's not going to happen. That's a Sniper doing damage. Ho, ho, ha, ha. Epicenter doing some nice damage for Smax. Smax has another double edge available, and he doesn't have too many enemies around him as well, but he could pop from the Caustic Finale. He's going to throw out the double edge, and eventually Smacks, he's staying alive. Zombie's trying to do enough damage. It's not going to happen. The Sand King gets the Caustic Finale to pop to find the kill on the Centaur Warner. Batrider caught out, and this Void, he's going ham in the dollar store. I like Plat doesn't have any more health or mana,
but to it.
Void doesn't want to go. 3 seconds to a time walk. Time walk, and Malone's here as well. They gotta find some. Oh, the Rubik just runs right towards him.
Okay.
Well, okay. Oracle can secure the kill there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Dota 2, man. So the Sand King bought a hood before going Blink. Question mark?
Don't question mark, lol.
I mean, I suppose it's fine for the situation, and you're kind of just running at their face anyway. But I think Blink Burrows do make those fights a lot cleaner rather than the chaotic, whatever the hell that just was. But hey, solid team fight win again for Scarsdale. showing massive initiative here.
The Hood of Defiance definitely did help him to survive against the Centaur quite a bit more, because he does realize that a lot of the magic coming from Princeton High School is just magical right now. So when he builds that up into the pipe, his team is going to be a lot more difficult to kill.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the thought process behind it, but there are certain items that just enable heroes, right? Your Burrow Strike is not the longest range ability, and getting a blink really does extend that out a ton. So, may have some trouble initiating into fights if Princeton can ever actually get on the aggressive foot, but I just don't know when that ever could happen this game. I think they're just too far down.
In terms of playstyle, I think that the Hood of Defiance works really well for the Sand King here, especially with the rest of the abilities his team has. I think that it works a bit better, but like you said, the Blink Dagger can create a few more opportunities. So I guess we'll just have to see how it works out, but Scarsdale definitely very far ahead in this match.
Yeah, they really are.
Almost to the point where it doesn't...
I mean, Potam's pushing on like what's going to be like a 15-minute Aghanims, which is a very, very good timing for that. The Undying is closing in on Mech. This kind of feels like the last game in reverse. You've just got this team that's just overwhelmingly pressuring you. And if you're PHS, you're trying to claw for answers right now, and they just don't exist.
Yeah, it definitely does seem difficult for Princeton High School right now. Very similar game, like you said, to last one, but, you know, compositions are a little bit different, and towers are not being pushed as quickly. I mean, PA and the rest of the team are probably more likely to push towers faster than what Scarsdale have right now. They're definitely more focused around the team fight with this lineup. So yeah. Princeton, they've got a lot more time, I would say, in order to get back into this match and get their sniper farmed. But that's the thing with this lineup, you're really just relying on the center to get tanky enough to survive, and then your sniper needs to get some good damage on the back lines, and it's just a very long time before they're able to do that.
Yeah, the biggest thing here, your sniper desperately needs both pieces of Hurricane Pike. He needs Dragon Lance so he can sit far enough back to try to snipe that tombstone out without getting pressured.
Oh, Epicenter getting channeled up. He goes over. Oh, he's going to go farming with it. Farming with the Epicenter. He gets 3 creep kills. Wow, what a play.
What made them do that?
He had his Blink Dagger.
Have? Yeah, but like, they don't have a ward that would have shown sniper. Like, that was just weird. All
right, well, they go into the Ogre anyway, dropping down the tombstone in the mid lane, eventually finding the kill with Purifying Flames. Also going for the sniper here. Mar getting slowed down by the nice Centaur charge. The sniper gets away. They're going to probably try to post up underneath their tier 2 tower, but Sand King has another Blink Dagger. Immediately gets hit by the headshot proc, but he gets a stun onto the center. Oh, that arrow on the back end! It ends up finding the sniper. These Chronosphere helping to just zone out this fight. Sniper's in the tree, so you can't leave him there. Sand King goes for him, and oh my god, does this little man get away? He's still got a little bit of health. He turns around, tries to do some damage. Sniper stunned underneath the tower, and he's not going to find the kill on the sniper. There's no caustic on him. He's completely fine here. And Scarsdale, they try to TP away. They're licking their wounds. Not even this Undying being found, but Princeton High School get right back into this match with a great fight underneath their tier 2.
That honestly hinged on a massive misplay from the bottom there. The sniper was very low and arrowed, and all Potom had to do was press leap in Starfall, and she kills both Rubik and Sniper. Instead, she kind of held the Starfall. Rubik got a lift off on her, and she just died. Like, she didn't get either of those kills. The fight drug on longer. Sniper put out a ton more damage from his little cubby hole in the trees there, and really, really just a huge teamfight win there, as you said, for Princeton. That's exactly what they need. Their sniper got a nice little influx of gold, getting closer to a 4-step. Centaur basically just picked up a hood off that, so his survivability just went through the roof. And it did let back complete the blink as well. So 3 core items instantly basically just picked up. So really what they need to find a way to take team fights again.
Yeah, Princeton High School coming back in this one in a big way. In terms of what Scarsdale could have done better that match, do you think that it gets to a point where they just kind of all in on the sniper because they know that's really the sustained damage that Princeton High School have in these fights?
Well, it just comes down to realizing what your role is in a team fight. The Potom had hit an arrow, had Starfall and Leap up, and was trying to save Leap to escape. Instead, just get yourself the team fight win. If you drop there as Potom, but the rest of your team gets out, and you get the Sniper Rubik Ogre, That's a great team fight. Who cares if you die? Instead, it went into a nightmare scenario for them where they just couldn't kill that sniper. Sand King had to commit and die for it. Potom died where she was standing. Like, you just didn't get what you needed to get done in that fight. And I think that was a little bit of the playing for yourself versus playing for your team.
Oh, there's going to be a Bat Rider lasso onto the Potom. She's quite tanky at this point, but the Assassinate is going to come through before she gets a chance to get away. And also the Centaur doing a great job of zoning this one out. Double Edge comes through onto the Undying. He's in a bit of a no man's land right now, getting healed up a little bit by the Oracle. And the Epicenter comes through on the 2, doing some nice damage there. Ogre Magi managing to stay alive, but there's going to be a nice Chronosphere on the 3. Ogre should go down. He's going to be the first one out. Sniper trying to do as much damage on the backlines as he can. Centaur Warner gets a nice stomp off, but Sniper's been a bit caught out right now. Nice time off taking the damage of that Assassinate off of the Faceless Void, and they're going to try to chase down that little man right now. Can they find the range that they need for the kill? Looks like they might get up there, but Sniper 4 stabs away underneath the tower. That is a very timely courier delivery, and the Centaur continues to go ham on the other side of the fight. Sand King has another Burst Strike and the Blink Dagger available. Can he go back in on this one? Oh, Centaur thinking about trying to get that double edge off, but he just doesn't have it up yet. Stop! Not going to happen. And Scarsdale continue to take kills off of this map.
Yeah, good decision there from them not to overcommit on the sniper. He had thrown all 3 shrapnels. They were all gone, and at that point, he does no damage. Sure, he's getting headshot procs, but it's very minor compared to what a Rubik or a Bat Rider are really going to get done. So good target selection from them, leading to a really fantastic team fight overall.
And it looks like Princeton want to continue to try to get things off the back of this one. Okay. Bat Rider goes up and picks up Malone. Actually gets the flame break over to the high ground. He doesn't have a lasso for another 3 seconds. And actually that's just going to be them backing away. They're not really working with their cooldowns there. Possibly could have had a kill, but he didn't really get the right flame break in order to find it.
Yeah, it's hard to play those angles if you're not super familiar with Bat. There's just so many little things that can be done better on both sides of the map here. Like, very basic things like this Potom just didn't arrow this, oh, she's getting lassoed now too.
Yeah, lassoed back, and the Centaur Warrunner ultimate pulls her back in. Mirana, that's going to be a lift up and back down, and she uses the Moonlight Shadow to try to get away. There is a Sand King showing up over to the top lane. Bat Rider goes forward with the blink. He's get the double burrow strike by the Sand King onto a few. Centaur is here, but look at the huge amount of damage from the Mirana. She does end up getting taken down, but Princeton High School, they are on the ropes here, trying to back away from Scarsdale. And will this Void decide to come in? He's got the Time Walk available, but no Chronosphere for another 3 seconds. So looks like Princeton High School are going to live to survive another day with a pretty good fight. They're taking 1,400 gold in terms of net worth away from Scarsdale.
Yeah, that's a huge pickoff. I mean, that's one of the most important ones you're going to find. And the fact that they managed to get her, she was so close to the edge of the sentry range there, but she went for the double Starstorm trying to follow up on the Sand King initiation, and it really just got her killed. But she shouldn't have even been there. That's kind of what I was saying. If there's a siege creep as Potom and you have an Ags, you just arrow it. The next wave came, she didn't have her ulti or her Ag Starstorm up, so she couldn't just clear it and then run away. So she basically stayed up in top lane about 8 seconds longer than she should have, and it led to her just dying. It's just minor efficiency things that come back to bite you so badly sometimes.
Well, Princeton High School still trying to get back into this match, and we've seen a lot of builds in these teams kind of favoring the survivability a little bit more, as Centaur Warrunner is picking up his Pipe and Vanguard first before going for any kind of initiation like a Blink Dagger. I guess he already has that from the Bat Rider anyway.
Yeah, he does.
We haven't really seen so much item progression on the Mirana either. I mean, she basically got to her Aghanim Scepter, and usually after that we'll see some kind of Blink Dagger or...
Yeah, usually it's Blink Bots, E-Blade kind of thing is usually the progression. And I see this happen in a lot of PUBG games, even at the 5K level. Mirana gets her eggs and thinks, okay, I'm God mode now. Like, let's fight. This is our time. This is our time. But really, you want to play a little conservatively until you have the Blink. And once you have that, you can go split farm anywhere you want, because you can just leap in double Starstorm, Blink out of a wave, and essentially get free farm and a Blink away. But now she's kind of in the spot where, yeah, she's still 900 gold off of a Blink Dagger. Sure, it's still pretty effective with the double Starstorm, but you're not where you want to be, and your item progression's just stagnated.
Oh, Sniper sees an arrow whiz past his ear. Oh, nice force staff away from the Burrow Strike. Oh, Chronosphere going to be used by Faceless Void here, only onto the center. That's the tankiest member of Princeton High School here, and he is being pretty much ranged by the Sniper. Eventually, the center does end up going down, but Sand King's taking a lot of damage on the other side of this. All these heroes are trying to back up. Tombstone placed on the other side of that little ward cliff there as Princeton High School do get forced away from the tier 2 tower. Here comes some Marana throwing out the arrow. Actually hits onto the Sniper. He walks right into this one, and so much magic damage from Scarsdale ends up finding the kill. Nice little lift by Rubik, possibly keeping him alive for a little bit longer. But Undying is going to keep trying to chase him down. And now Rubik finds a decay, so we possibly could have a bit of a tanky Rubik coming in here pretty soon. Flounder in a lot of trouble. He's way too deep. As those decay stacks start to expire, his life expires as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely seeing what 12k net worth difference can make in a team fight there. Super sloppy from Scarsdale, but still managing to pick up 2 kills in a tier 2 in exchange for just an Undying. Really just kind of bodied their way into that fight. They just ran at them. They essentially wasted the chrono on a centaur. They had to commit every single stun to keep him stun locked long enough to kill him there. But all in all, coming out ahead in the team fight, really just leveraging the lead and gaining a little more gold on their cores there. So, yeah. I mean, if you're PHS, you have a beautiful team to go smoke gank with. Way better than what Scarsdale had last time. You have a ton of stuns. You have a decent amount of damage coming out. You really want to just get that smoke off. Go find some heroes. Probably the bottom, because she has been farming pretty aggressively on her own. You can fairly safely assume that there's not 4 heroes behind her most of the time. So just go smoke is anywhere between 3 to 5. Commit on her pretty heavily. Blow some ults, get a kill. That's your way to basically just chip away at this 14,000 gold lead right now.
About ready getting a little bit close to Scarsdale there, but he actually had no vision there other than the fact that he was flying around. So manages to get away in any case. And Princeton still kind of being corralled to their side of the map. We do see some nice deep vision from Scarsdale, getting some nice vision of the dire side jungle as well as the mid lane here. That team's really gone for Roshan right now. I wouldn't say that either team does it especially well.
No, both teams are absolutely terrible at killing Roche. It's a rough life to try to get it for either of them here. And the bottom went for an Boots of Travel instead of going for the Blink Dagger. Really don't like this play. I think it leaves her super vulnerable to dying in team fights. But
Dire's top tower
is what it is. They're managing to siege down a T2 uncontested as PHS does make the call to just sit on the high ground and wait.
Yeah, we saw how difficult it was for Princeton High School to defend a tier 2 tower with a high ground disadvantage there. So they're just going to wait until the wave pushes in a little bit further. And they move forward right into the Radiant creep wave, which was probably not the best way of keeping their intentions secret. But, I mean, in the last play...
I really think they needed to smoke there. They saw the bottom Boots of Travel bottom and clear out a wave. As soon as you see that, you realize that one of their biggest damage sources just isn't there anymore. You smoke right up into them and just look for a catch. You've got Batrider, Blink Lasso, you've got your Centaur Stampede to get you into the fight. I really think you need to just go at that point. Pull the trigger, don't play scared, and see what you can try to get out of that.
Well, Scarsdale still continue to take pretty good control of the map. They get another nice deep Radiant ward over towards the jungle there. So they see... It's probably not the best ward that they could have gotten, but it's very unlikely to be dewarded right now. And it gives some nice vision of some of the movements of the Princeton High School heroes, which is, I mean, I guess what Scarsdale want if they ever try to go for some kind of aggression on the dire side of the map. But they're just pretty happy to farm out the lanes, keep them pushed in, and just wait for their opportunity. So, speaking of that, what is their opportunity? When do they actually try to go for a push in here?
I mean, I have a little bit of an issue with Void's item choices. Going Lincoln's Vlad's Blink.
Centaur getting caught out. He got hit by an arrow, and he's in so much trouble right now. He does use the Pipe of Insight, trying to get away. Uses the ultimate, but the Chronosphere is going to stop him in his tracks. He is healing up a little bit thanks to the Pipe of Insight, but it's not going to be quite enough. Lift does end up hitting on the face of Flip, but wasn't fast enough, but there is a lot of damage here. Batrider gets hit with an arrow, blocking it for his team. Assassinate coming through. Undying trying to stay alive. It's not going to happen, though, and the Oracle and Undying have already died. Can Scarsdale Void losing anything else here. Batright trying to get away, but he's going to get hit by that last arrow there. And now Rubik, he's got some stars to fall onto the Mirana. And Sniper wants to keep hobbling forward. Has the Hurricane Pipe to get back into this one. Oh, but the Void wants to go back in. Looks like he will. He goes forward into here, and the Sniper has to hurry away, trying to do some nice damage. He's got to stand strong. Yeah, Freedom Fries.
Force the Ogre, force the Ogre.
I don't think they're going to be too aggressive there, especially considering the fact that Princeton High School probably consider this a win. Lincoln Sphere gets pops, and now Ogre Magi, he does need a force. It's not going to happen, though. Sniper says, you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah. Crazy team fight. In the end, I think PHS probably gains more out of this. It's not going to turn into an objective for Scarsdale, and a 3 for 4 is not what you want when you're 14,000 gold ahead, 15,000 gold ahead. Really isn't a win for you. And that fight was so close to going PHS's way. If the Rubik had peeled off of the Oracle and just lifted the Void up there as he was trying to finish off that Centaur, it would have been a different fight. Centaur gets out, maybe gets another stomp or something off in the fight, could maybe changed it. But, I mean, pretty well played by Scarsdale there. The Potom did a lot of work in that fight. 3 Ag Starstorms going off, just a ton of AoE damage.
And it looks like Scarsdale possibly getting a little bit scared inside the Roche pit. Although they do have the Mirana coming in here as well. So they really shouldn't be too worried about this Roshan. They've got a lot of space for it as well. It doesn't look like Princeton are going to be wanting to try to contest this at all. And if we get, you know, maybe three and a little bit more minutes into this game without any kills, we have 31-13 as a kill score at 31-13 minutes. So maybe these teams are just going to continue being a little bit more passive, and we'll get to that nice little meme. It's all about the memes in Dota.
I mean, I'm not much of a memer. I don't. I'm old, dude. I don't meme. I'm not an anime kid. I'm just old. I just feel really old amongst these kids nowadays.
Young kids got to get off your internet lawn.
Yeah, basically. All right, so Void opting for a Maelstrom now. That is some damage finally coming out onto him, which they so desperately need. I'm not sure if that would have been my item choice. I think I really like Diffusal Manta here. It's just more overall damage and more flexibility, but it is a damage item, which is good. The Undying's going Aghanims, though. I love this item on Undying. It's so bad usually by the time you get it, but it's so funny. You can put heroes down to like literally a couple hundred health.
Oh, Batright is going to be finding a lasso, pulling the Sand King into the base, and the arrow will come through. It's going to split the uprights throughout, though, and Scarsdale unable to save their Sand King before he dies there. So at least Princeton get a kill, which is going to delay this push. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the memes, but we do have a kill here for Princeton.
That was insanely well done. I mean, using the Stampede Lasso combo there really just pulled that Sand King so far out of position in a place he thought was safe. So, awesome kill from them that really just stops this high ground push in its tracks. And, I mean, in 38 seconds, you can do it again.
Well, Scarsdale, they're going to be delayed a little bit for this one, at least. So maybe in 38 seconds when the lasso's back up, maybe Scarsdale, they're not going to be as, you know, as carefree. They're going to realize that the lasso could pull them out at any time. And around their base, Princeton, they've got some pretty good vision. So anytime that Scarsdale are going to be pushing up, Princeton do have the opportunity to just go for that, pull them back into the base with the charge and the lasso combo, and really pull a hero out of position again. So Scarsdale, hopefully they don't get hit with the same thing. They are a squad that can be a little bit slow to learn sometimes. At least that's what I found in the Techies match for them. But they definitely do have the mechanical skill to do well here.
Well, and that is one testament to picking up the Blink on Void. I really don't like it when you're running a one-position Void, but it does make it so that even with the Stampede Lasso force, your Void can just like time walk Blink and Chrono and just stop everything in its tracks and kind of force a reset. And if all you do is get that out of the Chrono, as long as the Lasso and Stampede are both burned, I think you come out ahead. But yeah, he really needs to be the reactionary force here. You have to use that Blink Dagger for something if you're going to commit that much gold to it on Void.
Yeah, on a carry Void as well. I mean, would you generally go for that item on a carry Void?
No, never. I think 95% of the time it's a very bad decision on carry Void. It's gold that's not spent accelerating or farm very much. It's really not enabling what you need yourself to do. You have a blink burrow as your offlaner. You don't need to be a blink chrono.
Well, even as that is said, it's really difficult for, I would say, Scarsdale to push into the Dire base, especially with the sniper just hitting from long range here. I mean, he's up to a Maelstrom right now, so he's doing some pretty good damage with the turret on the high ground. He's just going to stand there trying to do some damage from as far away, but he is a little bit far up right now. And the Chronosphere definitely could come out from the Faceless Void to get him out there. I mean, when the sniper's that far up, you definitely got to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, you really do. I'm not sure. I think the Shadowblade pickup is an okay.
Runs right into it. Well, we'll see if they're able to keep the sniper alive. There is going to be the Chronosphere dropped on top of him. Maroon doing some nice damage with the Starfall. And Rubik picks up the time dilation. And the sniper trying to get away. Is he going to be able to do so? Healing up a little bit with the Purifying Flames. And now the Radiant are so far inside of the Dire base. Batrider's going to be the first one to fall. Ogre Magi very low, trying to do as much damage to the Faceless Void as possible, but it's not going to happen. Ogre Magi is dead. He's going to be buying back in this one. Now Freedom Fries, he's going to go right for Sniper. Realize that that's the guy he has to take down. That's a burrow straight coming through. Kid Papu. Can he actually stay alive here? He gets back into the safety. That was Fountain with the Shadow Blade. And this tier 3 tower isn't dead just yet. Arrow. Actually, Sniper finds an assassinate kill onto the Sand King there. So after not getting a tier 3 tower, looks like Scarsdale might have just had to back up here. Oh, Void's in the trees. Void is in the trees. There's no vision. So Princeton High School have no idea about this. But Centaur is moving forward here. He doesn't have a blink or anything. And they're actually going to go right for the sniper. He uses a Shadow Blade to get away. Nice usage by him. There's no detection from the Radiant. And, well, Batrider is finding kills elsewhere as Smack's doing some nice work.
Yeah.
They would love to find a kill onto the Mirana. Uses a charge to go forward, and the Void has made his way away from here. Creeps are getting taken down by the Centaur stomps. Oh, there's the stun from the Ogre Magi, and also the Centaur doing some nice damage there. They're going to have vision of this Mirana with the assassinate. She's actually just going to jump in the trees, and they don't know that she's there. They're going to use the... Oh, not going to find it with the shrapnel. Batrider's lasso was up, but the Firefly was not for that one.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that was going to happen once they rolled all those stuns out one after the other. But
I think the most important thing there was that they used the assassinate at a time when they knew where the Mirana was. If they could get vision with that, you get maybe an opportunity to throw the Mirana out of the trees with the flame break, something just to get her in range of the lasso to block the TP.
Well, the assassinate interrupts too. She would have had to wait for the assassinate to get done before it actually connected, and might have been long enough. I think that's definitely a huge thing. I'm really a little upset that the Centaur didn't just pick up a blink. I know if you're gonna run the Mimi carry Centaur, it's not usually blink, but like, you have a Batrider lasso, but other than that, your supports are so broke, they don't have mobility. The Rubik opted for a Glimmer Cape instead of Blink or Force, and the Ogre is still dreaming of what his first item is gonna be. So you don't have any way to catch anything and like really take a team fight after the lasso. And I think he desperately needed a blink on the Centaur to enable some sort of mobility and catch. And they got punished for it very hard there. I mean, that's 2,000-ish gold they just lost because he opted for a heart.
I don't know, man. Maybe this Centaur can do some nice damage with return.
I mean, maybe. But in that case, I think your sniper made a misplay by buying Shadow Blade and stuff. Mjolniring the Centaur here would be so filthy disgusting. And every zombie hit that hits him too has a chance to proc Mjolnir and spike lightning all around. So definitely a lot of ticking types of damage between the Starfall. I mean, there's so many ways to proc Mjolnir this game that I think the Mjolnir is such a value pickup that needs to come out as soon as possible now. But I mean, PHS still holding high ground. It was an expensive hold. It cost them like a little over 2K, but holding without losing a building, very good sign for some potential here later. I don't know, man. This Centaur is just so fat, but so immobile. Like, I guess if you can bait a chrono with him, that's good. If they can get another chrono like the one that was up here now, I don't think they kill him.
I mean, the chrono with the dude
doing the thing with the people? Yeah, that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Do you like
I mean,
pictures?
he is huge. What pictures?
I just threw a picture on the map. Do you want me to make another one?
Sure.
All right, I'll make another picture. So
I don't see him.
You don't see my pictures?
No.
I just threw him.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
okay.
it's right there.
I see it now. I see it now.
It's a good picture.
Sure. Oh man, oh man. So Scarsdale kind of put themselves in this weird little timer that, again, I said this map they didn't really have one as much, but the Void's item progression has kind of made it so they have one. He went Lincoln's first, which is fine. Then he went Vlad's, which is a little subpar because it's not really damage. Then he went a Blink, which is very subpar because, again, not damage. And then he goes for Mjolnir when Centaur has a pipe. He's not going to solo kill most people in Chrono, which is what you really want to get out of a carry Void. The Chrono should be able to rip through one support and go focus on a carry. And he's going to really struggle to do that. He needs to get one more item, probably, before they look to take high ground again. And securing Roche is a good start here. The Marana does have an E-Blade now, which is some damage, so that's useful. I'm not sure. I think the Sand King's going to go Ags here, which is a little damage. Not very much, though. But yeah, they're in this weird rough spot where the Void's itemization is kind of coming back to bite them in the I'm not gonna swear on this stream.
In the butt.
Yeah, that word sounds weird. I don't say that word.
But sorry.
It's fine. I'll be a good boy and not swear. Let's see.
I could do it for you. No, it's okay, I won't.
What? The sniper just picked up a 37-minute Helm of Dom, right? He did not have this before? I'm not crazy?
No, you're not crazy.
Why?
Frost Ogre. I don't know.
Oh,
the arrows
make me sad.
Oh, it hits onto the Rubik.
You almost go on.
All right, force staff forward right into the sniper. There's going to be a donut double chronosphere from the faceless Void. Sniper very well uses the Glimmer Cape. And there's some double epicenter in by the Sand King. Bat Rider absolutely cleaned up by this. Centaur Warner is basically tanking up the entire other side of the fight, but he's not really doing anything. He's got most of his heroes down. They don't have buyback anymore. Centaur is fighting against some zombies. Look at these zombies. He's trying to kill them. Now more are going to come. Centaur against the zombies. Meanwhile, the enemy team is going for the tier 3 tower. But look at these zombies. They're trying to kill the tombstone. And there's the E-Blade right onto the sniper, taking so much damage. Here comes some Rana. That should... Oh, nice Glimmer.
Missed.
Nice Shadow Blade again. And, well, now they could possibly find some kills. That's an Oracle going down, rather. And the Assassinate will come through. Lincoln Sphere popped on the Faceless Void. Now Centaur Warner is going to get that Stomp canceled out there. Again, going right for the Sniper. There is another E-Blade available. They're going to be able to take him down. He does have buyback available. Going to have to use it here. Centaur Warner taking so much damage. That Heart not doing enough. Return damage not killing anyone either. Freedom Price. Another Lincoln Sphere for him. This Rubik being kept alive by the Glimmer Cape, and these guys are just being zoned out again. Scarsdale find their first set of rags, and Centaur right back into this one. SHS are probably going to have to back up here. Assassinate, that's another Lincoln Sphere. This sniper really can't hit anything with his eyes open there. A couple of Lincolns just doing a lot of work. That's 3 heroes going for Lincolns against the sniper. So this Assassinate doing literally nothing here. Arrow stolen by Rubik, finding it onto the Sand King, and they'll use the charge to go forward. These guys a little bit angry after the last team fight. They're again using so much in order to fight it. Scarsdale taking a lot of kills, but
all right,
I don't know.
We're going to go back here. We're going to rethink this entire team fight. Your sniper sells that stupid Dominator he has, and he has a Mjolnir. Your Centaur has a Blink Dagger, and after that Chrono, Centaur Blink Stomps 2 heroes with a Mjolnir on him. Those zombies proccing Mjolnir the entire time. All this extra damage coming out from Sniper that he's not getting from the Dom. All of a sudden, this team fight gets a hell of a lot closer. And instead, you're in this position where you just don't do anything. You can't catch anybody. You can't take a fight. They're having to just, like, PHS has to just face check people right now. And into a Sand King Undying, that's just not a good way to go. We saw them get kited out of oblivion that fight. And I don't think it's because of their draft. I think it's because of their itemization.
Yeah, well, I think that could kind of go both ways for the teams. We have a lot of items that clearly you don't agree with here. And there's going to be a smoke forward. This is basically Princeton going on their last legs here. Chronosphere is going to cash out 2. And Rubik kind of caught it out on the wrong side of this thing as well. Big Boy taking a lot of damage, and Sniper's dead for the second time here. He doesn't have buyback this time. It's basically on the center to tank things up for his team, and he's just making a beeline back towards the base. Freedom Price in trouble. That's just the Aegis being popped, though. And Marana is also doing work elsewhere, looking for the arrow forward. He's going to go. It's not really going to do a whole lot, though. Nice stomp on the 2, doing a lot of damage underneath the tower. Centaur Warner being kept alive here. He's got his heart regenerating going once again. He's going to have to be the bulwark for his team. E-Blade coming through. Ban Techies. Looking for the Burrow Strike, is going to find it onto the Centaur, but they're really not even worried about him. Just kind of just sitting there watching him try to do some damage. Lincoln Sphere getting popped again on Freedom Fries. And, well, Smacks is just holding the high ground for now, but the base is pretty much in shambles for Princeton High School, as he's got a lot of creeps coming in from the bottom lane rather as well.
Alright, so Undying finishes Aghanims. This is actually a fairly important thing because it does help them chip away at this max HP pool of the Centaur and really try to get something done on him here. But they're going to just siege these towers out. They're up so much gold right now. 30,000 gold.
Rubik uses the Glimmer Cape to avoid the double Starfall. So PHS still doing a lot of work here, even with as little resources as they do have. 15 seconds left on the Sniper respawn. Oracle healing up quite a bit. Nice Burrow Strike through by the Sand King, going out onto 2. Arrow is going to be keeping Centaur Warner there for a little bit longer as the Rubik is going to die. So is the Ogre Magi. It's basically Centaur Warner versus World. Batrider is here to help, but I don't know how much he's able to do. Just expending a Centaur for a Tombstone, and he ends up getting killed off. 94 seconds on the sidelines. Now here comes the Sniper, and he can easily get jumped on. That's a Chronosphere. That will probably end the game as GG is called by Princeton High School. Scarsdale bring it back within one. That's a rampage. Okay. Freedom Fries just says
rampage.
All right,
I'm done now. That was all I wanted to do.
My ears, man. My ears.
Yep.
I'm sorry, chat.
You should type in chat before that comes.
I'm so sorry.
That's gonna be a little abusive on their ears. Oh man, I mean, a much more fun game to watch than game one. A lot closer game there. The Void never died. That went 40 minutes and Void was deathless. That Lincoln's kept him alive so many times in that game. I think the rest of his item choices were very questionable. But all in all, I mean, a much better performance out of Scarsdale, really showing that they can adapt a little bit and change the game plan up.
So we kind of